Hey, what's going on, guys? Joe with OMGRC here. So today we have the RS4 Sport 3 Flux from HPI Racing. I picked this one out just because of the fact that it does say 70 plus miles an hour, but it's going to need a pinion gear and a spur gear to achieve that. So that'll be something you'll have to buy separately. There is a small, tiny little asterisk that's on there, but they try to hide it a little bit, but it's there. Anyway, as far as the driver goes too, Brian Sellers, typical white boy name. So anyway, I love this Porsche, looks awesome. So anyway, let's get into what comes in the box. All right, just to kind of show you how it's all packaged in there as far as the radio goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. You do get some extra little parts, some tools, some, as far as other little parts in here to adjust your suspension and fine tune your shocks and all that good fun stuff as well. You get 4 AA batteries with it, so that's nice. That's not a bad thing at all. At least you don't have to go out and get that. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the zip ties and all that good stuff, and then we'll pull that out of the box. You're gonna want to see, like, I want to see this thing running, but let me go over some stuff here as quick as possible. You get stickers with it, cool. All right, information in regards to safety, important information that you'll want to kind of check out as well. Here in regards to the remote, we'll kind of go over that real quick on that part of it. Your 4 AA's, all that good stuff as far as adjustments. Also cool here when it comes to, you can scan this and you can jump over to the HPI Racing website and you can check out as far as all the little upgrades that you can do to this thing as well. We'll have those upgrades on the website as well as available. A nice book that comes with it here. Also, as far as adjustments for your electronic speed controller, even comes with, you can cut out a little piece of paper here too for your gear mesh. So they show you how to kind of put the paper in between. You've seen that before in other videos too where people talk about that. So that's cool. You can cut out a little piece on that one. So nice on that one. Again, as far as your extra little parts that are in here for adjusting your suspension, and you get some tools as well. Also, as far as the radio goes, it feels good in the hand. It does have like that little thumb area, nice foam little grip that's on here. Also, get the little antenna, a little throwback, right, with the pop-up antenna. Spot for your 4 AA's. Also, a little tool here. This tool is where you can adjust all your servo, when it comes to those. That's why you want to check out the manual, and this is what you can do as far as your servo endpoints and adjustments and all that good stuff. So that is that on that part of it. Very nice. Radio feels good. It's not like a really cheesy plastic to me, so it doesn't feel bad. All right, on to the car, because that's where we're all looking at, right? I'm digging the car itself. It's sinister looking, man, and definitely cool. Coming right at you. Anyway, if this thing was on the back of you when you're racing or whatever in real life, it's like, look out, man, this thing's coming. It's coming for you. So I definitely dig it. Forza, I'm all about Forza, man. As far as that's going to be on like your Xbox and stuff like that, and I think even on PC. But anyway, jumping back over to this, I've been a fan for a long time on Forza. Now, you can adjust the wing on here as well, and it does have a rear diffuser, which is pretty cool. You can check that out. It has that little spot here. The only thing that kind of scares me is, well, one thing might be a little bit of a rock collector if you're on a surface that's not so great, probably like where I'm going to be going. So we'll see. I'm going to hopefully not cringe too much if I hit some rocks or whatever like that. I'll have to keep an eye on what's going on in the rear here. But very cool, the old Porsche. So digging it. So very nice on that one. So I think they did a good job. They did a really good job on that part of it. All right, now on to the good stuff here. Let's go ahead and get a little bit closer on this one. All right, now as far as your Velcro strap here, it definitely can take 2S, not a problem. You can get that in there. Dean connector, T-style connector, what you want to call it. And this is a 3S LiPo. This is pretty much the one that you guys typically see if you've been on my channel for a little bit. Easy enough, easy peasy, right? Hook it all up, no problems there. I like it. I like the Velcro strap. I don't have to have like 5 million Velcro straps to make sure that it's in there. I feel it's pretty confident as far as keeping it in place on that part of it. Front bumper here, foam as well. There's a little bit of a gap that's there between the actual body itself and the foam. So you might want to add a little bit more to that if you're planning on hitting something, which most people aren't planning on hitting anything, right? So you might want to do that. That's something I'm going to need to do as well. Might not do it just right away, which I'll probably regret that. But anyway, going forward, the tires, the front and rear tires, so the front tires are a little bit smaller than the rear. As far as all that stuff, I can leave all the specs down below. It is a 4,000 kV motor, and I will tell you, this thing's got a little bit of weight to it. And I think the weight's a good thing, right? Because if we're trying to achieve that 70 miles an hour, we don't want this thing blowing all around, causing problems. So weight is sometimes a good thing. All right, and aerodynamics. A nice smooth chassis on the rear, because the front or the top is just as, you want aerodynamics on the bottom as well. So this is nice here when it comes to the actual drive shaft and getting to your gears, all that accessibility there, your maintenance and stuff like that. So I like it, not bad. The actual, you can see here, the suspension arms, well, they didn't skimp on the suspension arms as far as all the extra plastic that's in there. So keeping this thing pretty solid. When it comes to the actual suspension and everything else like that, well, it does have those adjustabilities on the bottom here, like 3 points there. And then also on the top here, the shock tower. I know it's kind of hard to see. Maybe I'll flip it around here so you can kind of get a look down there as well. I'll zoom in. But you can see as far as those points, same thing like on the front here too. And then also, you can kind of see it a little bit there. Anyway, that's that on that part of it. So I'm liking it. This is 2 or 3S LiPo. They do say you can run a nickel metal hydride battery. I think it has to be like 3,500 milliamps. Plus, it needs to be a soldered battery. It cannot be one of those self welded ones, what have you, that the ones that you just pick up as a stick pack. Those are garbage. You want to get a LiPo battery for this car. You spent the money, get a LiPo battery, check the performance. That's the way to do it. Run a LiPo in there. I'm gonna go ahead and run it. I'll run it on a 2S first. We'll see how it runs. And then we'll go ahead and put it on a 3S. Now, it won't be able to achieve the 70 miles an hour just because of the fact that, well, you definitely need the pinion gear and you need the spur gear to make that all happen. Plus, I need a little bit longer stretch than what I'm going to be running at today. But it's just going to be for the fun of it. That's what it's all about anyway. So I'm just going to see how the car drives and then go from there at a later date. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so final thoughts on this vehicle is that there's a lot of pollen in the air, so it makes the conditions of running it on the smooth surface very slippery. And with the slicks, well, there you go. When the car did spin out, I blocked it with my foot and it pulled the diffuser out a little bit here, and it's got to pull that back in. Not a big deal on that part of it. All in all, the body top is perfectly fine. I'm pretty impressed with the servo, and I did that in backwards, but anyway, normally you turn on your radio first, so just kind of keep that in mind when you do it. This thing responds very quick. I'm impressed with that. I would give it throttle, but I have it. Let's see if I can kind of give a little bit. All right, I don't want to give it much there because I don't have it all connected. But it does make a vibration noise. So I was like, all right, let me go ahead and check into this vibration noise. Is this a plastic drive shaft or is it aluminum? And it is actually aluminum. But the drive shaft's a little bent for whatever reason. It's fairly long run. I mean, I don't know. And that's why I didn't give it much revs, because it's like it's gonna come right off anyhow. I'm gonna try and show this to you as best as possible here. Hopefully in the reflection you can see that thing is not straight. You can see just in the reflection of the drive shaft that you're getting off a glare. You can see that glare shows it uneven. So. And with that being said, it's smacking against this piece here, causing it to make that vibration sound. If it was a little bit bigger, it almost needs like some kind of bearing that's in the center here or whatever that it can hold into and just kind of keep everything in check as you perform those, 44 or 4,000 kV. That's cranking out some RPMs. So that's that on that part of it. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the vehicle. you know, I haven't had it. You know, obviously just ran the vehicle. And so, you know, you find things about the vehicle as you run it. And, you know, like in a car, when you get a brand new car or even a used car, it's almost like you start, when you wash the car for the first time, you run into these are the things that, oh, I didn't notice that, I didn't notice that, because you're really hands-on with it. And, you know, you find it, you know, you start finding things with it. So, all in all, I mean, the motor got warm, hot, whatever. I'm going to say it got up to like probably 120 something degrees. I didn't bring my temp gun at the time, but it, you know, it definitely collected some rocks here and there. Overall, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, guys. I'm going to have to I'll probably take it to the park, and that surface it's bigger, and it might be a little bit cleaner as well. Hopefully when we get some sun or some little bit of rain, that'll wash some of that pollen away too, and make that surface a little bit more gripping on that. Make it a little bit more, get a little more traction. Anyway, that's it. That's it for now, man. Overall, I'm happy with the vehicle. Excuse me. So that is all. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Hope it was a little informative for you. You can make a decision or what have you on it. Anyway, if you are new here, definitely consider subscribing. Also, check out OMGRC for all your hobby goodness. As always, appreciate you guys watching. This is Joe with OMGRC. You guys take care. Later.